Welcome to Continental Championship Wrestling, home of the National Wrestling Alliance, featuring champions from throughout the continental United States. And now to your host, world-renowned wrestling commentator, Gordon Soley.
Thank you so very much, and welcome to another hour of Continental Championship Wrestling. And I can assure you we've got lots of action upcoming during the next hour. We're going to be seeing the Nightmares in action. We'll also be seeing a U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship match. We'll be watching Boomer H. Lynch, Mr. Olympia against the Bullet, and a lot of other great action. So by all means, do stay tuned. I want to take a couple of moments right now, however, to talk about the fact that we do have a new Southeastern Heavyweight Champion. That's right. That's right. We do have indeed a new Southeastern Heavyweight Champion. That man is Norvell Austin. Now, I thought that would meet with your approval. We are coming to you direct from the Boutwell Auditorium in downtown Birmingham, Alabama. We're going to be taking a look at the closing moments of that Southeastern Heavyweight Championship match. Before we do, however, let me welcome to the set the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion Norvell Austin and his sidekick, Lady Maxine. And Maxine, it appears to me, and we're going to take a look at it in just a moment, you had more than just a little bit to do with that title change.
Well, Gordon, you know, they brought me in because they thought Norvell needed a little help because Candy couldn't do it. So when I was out there, all I thought was, what could I do to help Norvell just a little bit? Because he doesn't need a lot of help, just a little bit of help.
Well, I think, too, the fact that Miss Linda has always been a thorn in everybody's side.
And that is absolutely true, but I got the great equalizer. I got Lady Maxine, and I know you got a little film to show. I'd like for you to roll it if you don't mind, Gordon.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. Right now, we're going to go back in time on videotape and take a look at that most propitious occasion when Norvell Austin captured the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship from the exotic Adrian Street. Mind you now, Miss Linda was at ringside. Lady Maxine was at ringside. Before it was all over, everybody was both in and out of the ring. Let's go back and pick up the action as it actually occurred. Norvell Austin dropped to the canvas, and it is very quickly the exotic Adrian Street crashing down on Norvell Austin. And it may be all over. A couple of hard right hands. Street has him up, a full body slam on Norvell Austin. Austin in trouble. Miss Linda up on the ring apron now. Here comes, and wait a minute. Lady Maxine got her hands on Miss Linda. And what's happening here? Roberto. She caught him with a haymaker right. Norvell Austin has just defeated the exotic Adrian Street for the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship. The pink belt no longer belongs to the exotic Adrian Street. Lady, you got some kind of a right hand.
That's right, Gordon. You know, that's the kind of thing I like to work out on, you know. One special thing that I can do really well. And Street just messed with somebody who shouldn't have messed with it all, and then he brought in somebody extra, and I had to take care of him, too.
And in fact, my friend,
she has got a hard right, and I want it to be known, let it be known that Adrian Street wants a rematch. You know, he wants his title back. And one thing about it, it ain't pink no more. I put it back to its original color. And I think the people like that. And let me also make it known, I don't ever run from nobody. I stand up to any challenge. But Adrian Street cannot have a match with me until he beats my #1 contender for this title. And my #1 contender is Lady Maxine.
What? That's right, Gordon. We're calling it the ERA match, Equal Rights Amendment match. And I'm going to take Street, and we're going to get out in that ring. And I have a big doubt in my mind about whether he's going to get a chance to go after that title after he gets in that ring with me.
Okay. All right, there you have it, Mr. Street. Let's see if you're man enough to meet the challenge of Lady Maxine, the #1 contender. And now, let's go to our very next match.
This very special television match, one fall, 30-minute time limit. It is for the United States junior title. First of all, the #1 challenger weighs in at 225 pounds, Miami, Florida. Here is Timbs. And ladies and gentlemen, your United States junior champion. He weighs in at 215 pounds. Morristown, Tennessee, White Lightning himself. Here is Timbs Horner. The referee declares one fall, special time limit for the title match.
Tim Horner defending the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship against the challenge of Ken Timbs. And I might point out that a tough break for Roy Lee Welch, who was the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. Severely injured at the hands of one Ken Timbs. Horner then came back in and garnered the title, and it's Tim Horner very much in charge of the situation right now. High hip toss takedown and a beautiful flying drop kick by Horner. Horner came into the Continental area 4th ranked in the nation for the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship. And interestingly enough, allowed Timbs to come in 5 pounds over the weight limit. And I think that'll give you an indication of what kind of a man Tim Horner really is. He allowed this man to come in 5 over the weight limit, and that could serve to his detriment. However, a 5-pound differential in wrestling certainly is not that much. But psychologically, Horner did not have to accept this match. He's a fighting champion off the ropes, Horner, in the light blue trunks, sort of a teal blue, actually. Timbs caught him. Beautiful move by Horner. Horner a step ahead, no question about that. Timbs trying to get rid of some cobwebs. Horner watching his man carefully. Referee is Nick Dukas. Side headlock now by Horner, wide stance. Horner mounts a little more pressure. Timbs reverses that nicely into a top wrist lock. Horner, good reversal on that one into a hammerlock on Ken Timbs. Timbs, quick elbow and a forearm across the middle of the back. Now smashing away at the deltoids. Reversal by Timbs. Horner rather. Horner catches a beautifully executed forearm. So Horner was ahead of it. Timbs locks up with him. Collar and elbow once again. Now it's Tim Horner with the side headlock on Timbs. Off the ropes. Horner up and over. Partial leapfrog. Caught by Timbs that time and in trouble. Timbs drives a fist into the chest. Drives again into the head of Tim Horner. U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion could be in trouble here. A near fall for Ken Timbs. He would like to regain that title. Horner in trouble again as Timbs and utilizing that top ring rope as an ally. Timbs drives a knee into the chest of Tim Horner. Horner powers away before the count. Bad turn of events here for the champion. Caught again by Ken Timbs. Notice the way Timbs has been utilizing the ring ropes. You'd almost think they were tag team partners. Ken Timbs and the ring ropes against Tim Horner, the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. Horner was able to partially block that one, however, but he has taken enough percussions to the head and the throat. He's got some problems trying to draw some air into his chest. And if you don't get enough air into your lungs, consequently not enough oxygen into the bloodstream, and you don't burn off that lactic acid. A good move, but no, sir. Timbs was ahead of him that time. Nice block and counter by Ken Timbs. Horner again barely got that shoulder off. A nip and tuck battle between these two. Got him with a modified neck breaker. And that may be all she wrote. We may have a brand new champion. No, sir. Again, he barely got that shoulder off. And so, Timbs complaining to the referee, but it was a good, solid count. No question about that. Horner fires to the midsection. Timbs back on his feet. A rabbit punch to the base of the skull. Horner again fires. This one grazing the chest. Reversal now. High backdrop on Tim Horner. The U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion in a lot of trouble here as Timbs has come extremely well prepared for this match. And again, Horner powers out before the 3 count, and Timbs complaining to the referee. It was only a 2 count. Catches him again. Notice the way Timbs again utilizing the ring ropes. That is the 4th time tonight that he has used those ring ropes as an ally. Horner in trouble hanging onto that second rope. Timbs moving back into the ring rather. And Timbs extremely confident. Now caught in the midsection. Double over. Good right hand blow to the midsection. Irish whip. He ducks away from it. Horner catches him. Cross body block. No, sir. Near fall, but not good enough. And Timbs right back at him. And now it's Horner. 2 stunning right hands. A 3rd right hand. Puts Timbs to the canvas. Timbs coming up slowly. Horner catches him again. Bottom of the lariat coming off the ropes. And again, Timbs powers out before the count. Horner, however, trying to turn the tide of battle here. Timbs turns it around. Good counter block. Has him hooked. Good move by Timbs, but an excellent move by Horner. Horner to an outside cradle. Has him for the pin. Excellent match. Excellent match by Tim Horner and Ken Timbs. And Ken Timbs retains the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship using an outside cradle. Here's our ring announcer.
To the official time of 10 minutes and 18 seconds, the fall and the match go to the United States Junior Champion, Tim Horner, Mr. White Lightning.
Let's take another quick look at that beautiful rolling outside cradle, perfectly executed by Tim Horner, who looked for part of the match like he was in trouble. recovered very nicely, scores the pinfall, and so Ken Timbs will have to try again as Tim Horner retains his U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship. Well, I want to take a moment right now to talk to the former Southeastern champion.
Don't give me that former. Who does he think he is? The ignorant savage? Who does he think he is making stipulations? He is nothing but a coward. Who is he to say who's the number one contender? I am obviously the number one contender. She caused me to lose that title anyway. As far as I'm concerned, he's nothing but a coward, hiding behind a big freak. How dare he? As far as I'm concerned, it was his fault. It was his fault what happened to that other female. They're always thinking this. As far as I'm concerned, yes. I don't care who I go through just to get to him and to get my belt back. How dare he disfigure it? That belt's going to be pink again. It's going to be mine again. And as far as I'm concerned, if he wants to hide behind a woman, I'll go straight through her. And I'll get my belt back. No two ways about it. I'll fight her or anybody else. And I'll take a lot of pleasure in it.
Well, so the exotic Adrian Street looks to regain his belt. We'll have some more conversation right after we pause for these words. Wildfire Rich goes up against Nightmare 1. There will be 3 other matches. The Southeastern Heavyweight Champion Norvell Austin and Lady Maxine are with me. Before I talk to either one of them, however, apparently there are some people in the ring that have some comments, so let's go to Mike Jackson.
Boomer Lynch, with all the talk of titles flying around, I heard you're looking for one.
I'm going to get the Southeastern title from Norvell Austin. Tennessee Stud wants that title back, and I want it back for my friend Adrian.
Adrian Street, Lady Maxine.
As far as they're going to stick together, Boomer, as far as they're going to stick together against these American scum, there's no way a Johnny Walk should be the representative of the Southeastern title. It takes a foreigner. It takes a foreigner to be a champion in this country. And I don't care. I'm looking forward. You bring Maxine. I'm going to rip you in half, Maxine. You've got on my nose more than anybody in this territory. He's responsible. Norvell, the junkyard dog, you're responsible. You won't be talking this time I'm finished with you.
Gordon.
Hey, Gordon, I don't think anybody in the audience has any qualms about me doing what I'm supposed to be doing after what Linda's done in this particular arena, and everybody has witnessed that many, many times. I don't think anybody's going to have any objection about what I do.
All I can say is it's going to be a showdown. It's going to be a showdown because you don't see this lady shaking like a leaf on a tree, and I ain't shaking. We're going to get down.
Ladies and gentlemen, this very special tag match is scheduled a 1 fall. There is a special 20-minute time limit. First of all, making their way to ringside, weighing in at 225 pounds, the Alabama heavyweight champion. Would you welcome Roberto Soto? And ladies and gentlemen, his partner from West Birmingham, right here in the Magic City, would you welcome Lee P. And ladies and gentlemen, making their way to ringside, their opponents, the Southeastern Tag Team Champions, weighing in the combined weight of 438 pounds, here are the Nightmares. Your referee, Nick Dukas, 1 fall, special 20-minute time limit.
Somewhat bereft of hair. And the other one, of course, has a full head of hair. Both of them, well, the one looks like an unpeeled orange, and the other one looks like a furry orange, I guess. But the ultimate indignity, of course, the Nightmares, I understand, are trying to settle that issue. They'd like to get the Riches back in another hair versus hair match. We'll talk more about that later on. Roberto Soto and Lee Peak. Lee Peak out of West Birmingham Christian, an outstanding young athlete. But this is Soto now, the Alabama champion. Caught an arm drag and twist, reverses it very nicely. Nice reversal by Soto once again. Upends the Nightmare. Reverse pile driver may have him down. got the 3 count. He got the 3 count. It is all over. For Mr. Peak, it is all over. And for the official word, here's our ring announcer.
In the official time of 5 minutes and 37 seconds, the fall and the match go to the Southeastern Tag Team Champions, the Nightmares.
Well, let's take another look at that reverse pile driver executed perfectly by the Nightmares, and you can see why they still retain the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship.
Well, it was Christmas night, 1985, when it was Johnny and Tommy Rich going up against the Nightmares. Somebody's hair was at stake, and it turned out to be a pretty nice Christmas present.
You know, Mr. Soto, we promised the people here in Birmingham that we were going to shave one of the Nightmares' hair, and that's exactly what we done. We got out there, we beat them 1, 2, 3, and Miss Wright, she came in there and shaved his head just as bald as an onion.
I'll tell you what, let's go back to that moment in 1985, Christmas night, Boutwell Auditorium in Birmingham, Alabama. The close of the match, and Tommy, it looks...
You're there! yeah, that was a good night for us, Gordon. Excuse me, yeah. It's like, you know, you look back in time, and I forget what the show was, but you were there. You know, and it was all the people was there Christmas night, and it was a heck of a night for Johnny and myself. Anytime you go into that type match, when you put your hair up or you put money up, you've got a lot more to lose than just going in there losing a match, and we come out on top of it, and I'm just glad that it's that one walking around looking as silly as he does instead of me.
Well, I can certainly understand that, and of course we're watching right now is Lynn Wright, who's an outstanding cosmetologist and barber from the Crestline Barber and Style Shop in Crestline Village. Mount Brook is doing the honors right now on the one Nightmare, and of course he's going to come out of this thing looking like a billiard ball.
He sure is, Gordon. You know, and what's so funny, the other one, he just stood there helpless, you know, and they screaming and hollering that they want another hair match, you know, and it's the type match that I don't look forward to because, you know, I mean, Johnny and myself, we wrestle as a team, and you've got to be ready to go at all times. You can see here where this guy gets his hair cut. That's no fun situation to be in, and Johnny and myself, we know that it could be us the next time. But what it comes down to is the NWA said, if we want a title match, then we've got to give these fellas the matches they want. If they think they can cut our hair, then we'll just have to sit back and wait and see.
All right, so the ultimate humiliation, of course, is having to sit there before thousands and thousands of people and watch your friend's head being shaved. And Johnny, I think you realize full well the risk that's involved here.
That's right. You know, I've been growing this hair for quite a long time, and I could, some people say I could stand to use a haircut, but I don't want to lose it all. But the thing about it is the Nightmares, they've humiliated us in so many different ways, and this is one way that I think we can get back at them, is by having both of them's head shaved completely bald, and then maybe they'll leave, hopefully. I'm tired of looking at them myself.
Well, of course, if you all do win this match, the other one gets his head shaved, that means that obviously a title match is next up.
That's right. That's what we were looking forward to. You know, those belts mean a lot to us, but main thing is right now we're going to be in there trying to keep a hold of our hair. The 27th, we're going to be there, and Nightmares, you're going to be bald-headed.
Come on! Get that over! You're not supposed to be showing that! What is it? There's a conspiracy going on to embarrass us, and we don't like it!
Let me tell the people something. We've already signed a contract. A lot of things have come down. We had to wear chicken suits. My partner had to cut his hair. And it's all been kind of embarrassing to everyone involved. We're talking tar and feather. We're talking everything. Well, we have signed the contract. January the 27th, right here in Boutwell Auditorium, my hair goes on the line against either one of the Riches. Another hair match, baby. And we're going to show you, in case anyone forgot, what Tommy Rich will look like bald-headed, baby. Look at that. Look at him, baby. Look at big Dumbo Conehead Rich. Dumbo Conehead Rich, baby. He's going down. We're tired of it. We know we'll get one of you, baby. I guarantee you one of them will have their head shaved. I swear to God they will.
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? I wonder if one of the Riches will come out like one of the Nightmares, or will both Nightmares be rather short?
in Pensacola at City Auditorium Sunday night. Match time is 8 p.m. In a six-man Southern street fight, the Bullet, Brad Armstrong, and Roberto Soto against Robert Fuller, Mr. Olympia, and Boomer H. Lynch. In a mixed tag team match, Norvell Austin and Lady Maxine take on the exotic Adrian Street and Miss Linda. U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship, Tim Horner against Nightmare 1. Steve Armstrong against Nightmare 2. Johnny Rich against Tony Barrett. That's tomorrow in Pensacola. Match time 8 p.m. Hey, there's going to be some great wrestling this coming Tuesday night. National Guard Armory in Grove Hill. Thursday night in Andalusia at the Farm Pavilion. And, of course, Friday night in Fort Whiting Armory in Mobile. But tomorrow night in Pensacola at the City Auditorium. Match time is 8 p.m. The Bullet, Brad, and Roberto Soto in a six-man Southern street fight.
That's right, Gordon. You know, and I still got a headache from last Sunday night. So payback is bad to the bone, according to the Bullet. And I'm going to show three chumps. That's Boomer H. Lynch, as in rhinoceros butt, Leadfoot Fuller, and you, Mr. Olympia, you may be minus a hood and a head tomorrow night because you will be paid back by the Three Musketeers.
Yeah, I like the way they grind and carry on because, you know, we treated you pretty bad for 2 weeks in a row. Now you're giving us everything. We're pulling out all stops. We get to use anything we want to treat you just a little worse.
Bob Armstrong's paid his dues down the line. I even took his music and played it for myself and Jimmy Golden later on. Then we changed the tune to Lick It Up. And you've been licking it up ever since, Armstrong. What we gave you, you licked up. And now you took on a bad deal, son. And you're going to pay to the bone. Down to the bone, Armstrong. That's where you're paying, baby.
And don't forget, in Pensacola, in the mixed tag team match, Norvell Austin and Lady Maxine against the exotic Adrian Street and Miss Linda. Tomorrow night, Pensacola.
Okay, after a one-week vacation, NWA Continental Championship Wrestling returns to Birmingham this coming Monday night at Boutwell Auditorium. Only a $1 increase in price for the biggest spectacular of the year. And it will be hair versus hair. Johnny and Tommy Rich against the Nightmares. Before I talk to Johnny or Tommy, let's go to the ring and hear from the Nightmares.
Nightmares, you finally got what you wanted, hair versus hair, right here at Boutwell. That's right, baby, on the 27th, hair versus hair. Now, everybody knows that on Christmas night, we didn't do too good. We had too much Christmas dinner, we couldn't help that, but there's no way, baby, we can lose again. Take a look at the poster, Tommy Rich. This is an honest confession of what it still looks like with no hair and those big old jumbo ears. They should have been walked into or something, boy. Let me tell you something. My hair is the one to take this time against both of y'all. You both have twice as much to lose as we do, baby. You can knock us down, but don't ever count us down.
Tell you what, Johnny, my birthday's the 26th. Give me a belated birthday present. I want it there.
Well, I'll tell you something, Gordon. Let me tell you something. They may have a poster out there that has pictures coming to the kid, but all we got to do is take his buddy there, and that's exactly what he's going to look like tonight at 27. But Gordon, let's come down to 27. The only reason Johnny and myself signed this match, the promoter said, if we beat them, we get a title shot. And that's what we want, Gordon. You know, I thought about it long and hard. It don't give me no good feeling. The fact that I've walked around looking as serious as that thing's done. So I'm going to tell you something. We're talking about, to get some moving, because I don't want to look that people again. Ladies and gentlemen, this special event is scheduled at one fall with a special 10-minute time limit. In the ring, weighing in at a weight of 204 pounds from Jefferson County, here is Alan Martin. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent making his way to ringside weighs in at 226 pounds from Puerto Rico. Here's the very popular Roberto Soto. Here, Dukas, one fall, 10-minute time limit.
Okay, Roberto Soto getting set to move out against Alan Martin. One fall with a 10-minute time limit. By the way, let me, before this match even gets underway, remind all of you, if you're a member of a civic organization or an athletic director at a high school or a college and you'd like to have professional wrestling coming your way as a fundraiser, then here's the address and phone number to call.
and ask for C. Ronald West. C. Ronald West, and he'll be glad to give you full particulars regarding how you can bring Continental Championship Wrestling to your area. Good wing over by Roberto Soto, and it is Martin complaining to the referee, Nick Dukas, about grabbing at the trunks, which was not the case, obviously. Soto, the Alabama heavyweight champion, good chain moves there. Lateral drop, mare takedown. Side headlock now by Soto on Alan Martin. Martin in the orange trunk, Soto in the yellow gold trunk. Soto, of course, from Puerto Rico. A lot of great athletes have come out of Puerto Rico in wrestling, baseball. Soto keeping that side headlock. Soto, who possesses a fiery temper, for the most part, however, is a cool ring veteran. Good reversal by Soto and back into the side headlock. Allen tried to bring him out into a top wrist lock. Now a full body slam by Soto, and Allen leaves the ring area. A special hi to my good friend Marty Hood. It's the Don Poole Company in Brightsville. Side headlock now by Soto as he took him over with a hip lock takedown. So Allen's got his problems as he stays trapped in that side headlock. I say a special hi to all of our good wrestling friends in the greater Atlanta area. Watch us on WATL TV. My good friend Joe Pedicino is the host. Also hi to all of our friends at WATE television. Soto up and over his man. Soto catches him a good shoulder smash. Takes Allen to the canvas once again. Soto closes in. Brings him up another full body slam. Allen coming up a little bit slowly, sort of nursing that lumbar area. And a good hip lock takedown into a side headlock by Soto. Soto, of course, as I've mentioned, is the Alabama heavyweight wrestling champion. One fellow that we'll be seeing later on in the program, or hearing from, but a man who's after Soto's title, Boomer H. Lynch, a 300-pound South Africaner. Referee Nick Dukas watching carefully now. Allen gets Soto into the ring ropes. That'll force the break. Watch him on the break, and that's exactly what I was worried about. Drove a knee to the midsection, then a rabbit punch back of the skull, back of the elbow to the base of the skull. And Allen uncorking some heavy material now against Roberto Soto. Soto off the rope, caught with an elbow. And Soto retaliates. Soto retaliates, being warned about the use of the fist. Allen nursing that jaw suddenly finds out that Mr. Soto packs a pretty mean wallop. Up against those ropes once again, that will force the break. Soto, I'm sure, will be more on guard this time. No, sir, as Allen caught him with a forearm. Allen, short chopping right hand, another one right under the heart. Allen uncorks to the right hand to the top of the head of Roberto Soto. Soto, a size 12 right in the chest and a hard fist to the head. Soto delivers a left hand to the side of the jaw, and that puts Allen down again. Takes him outside the ring. They lock up collar and elbow. Off the ropes, and Allen catches him. That was just above the belt line, and Soto's got some problems. And what a stunning upset this would be for Allen. Allen Martin. And Soto catches him coming in. Allen Martin. Sledgehammer to the top of the head. Looping right hand to the midsection. Martin brings him up, full body slam. Complaining, but to no avail, as Soto explodes a couple of haymakers. Another one that drives Martin back to the canvas. Martin. Whoa! That one all but took his head off. 3 count. A 3 count. It is all over. Roberto Soto coming off those ropes with a beautiful drop kick for the official word. Here's our ring announcer.
Time of 8 minutes and 4 seconds. The fall and the match go to Roberto Soto.
I want to take a moment right now to talk to Roy Lee Welch. Is a gentleman who was knocked out of competition not too terribly long ago, and now the world junior heavyweight champion's on his way.
Well, that's right, Gordon. You know, I feel like that I've been put down here at the height of my career when I feel like that I was able and had the ability to meet the world junior champion and have a fair shot at that title. However, I did get injured. I tore my ligaments out severely, and I will be out for some time. But I would like to congratulate Mr. Tim Horner on winning that junior title from Ken Timbs, and all the luck in the world to you in your matches that you will have against the world junior champion.
Tell you what, before we talk to Tim about Denny Brown and the world junior heavyweight champion, let's listen to these comments from Denny Brown. All right, Monday night in Birmingham at Boutwell Auditorium, a $1 increase in prices, the biggest night of wrestling in 1986. And for the sake of what happened to Roy Lee Welch, he would be the man facing the world junior heavyweight champion, Denny Brown. But Tim Horner will be there.
Well, I'm proud that Tim Horner is the one to meet Denny Brown. Of course, I feel like that I was struck down at the prime of my career with this leg injury because I was the United States junior champion and determined to be that man to meet Denny Brown because you don't know how bad I wanted that title shot, Gordon. I wanted it so bad I could face it. But now I can't face the man. And I don't know how long I'm going to be out. But Tim Horner, congratulations to you, my man, for winning that title from Ken Timbs because I'm real proud of that. And good luck to you in that match with Mr. Brown.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I know what it's like to be out with the injuries. I've been out myself, you know, but I'm getting a shot at this world junior heavyweight title because I am the #1 contender, and I'm going to do my best, Denny Brown, to be the world junior heavyweight champion.
Well, I can't tell you who will win this next match, but if you own property and would like to build a home, I can tell you about a match where you can't lose. It's with Jim Walter Homes, a company that will build on your property to almost any stage up to 90% complete. After Jim Walter finishes the outside, you can do as much of the inside as you like to save money. Select from over 20 models, 1 to 4 bedrooms with 1 or 2 baths, and financing, no problem. With Jim Walter, you can have 10% fixed annual percentage rate financing, truly a low rate that will save you thousands of dollars. You can pay off your mortgage in less time with lower monthly payments. So if you own property and would like to build, call this toll-free number, 1-800-492-5837. Remember it easily as 1-800-4-WALTER. That's 1-800-4-WALTER, or stop by Jim Walter Homes for complete information. Located at 2789 Highway 31 South, Pelham, also Tuscaloosa, Coleman, and Anniston. As I said earlier in the program, we're going to have a special feature now on the situation that exists between Tommy Wildfire Rich and Johnny Crash Rich and the Nightmares. In the 30 years that I've been associated with professional wrestling, I have never seen a feud build like this one. Let's go back in time right now and take a look when the situation started to get out of hand, when it became a whipping match situation between the Nightmares and the Riches. Let's take a look. And Johnny Rich lets fly with the leather. He lets fly again. And remember, this one is for 20 lashes. You can hear the crowd standing the count. And the second Nightmare got a taste of that leather. And now Tommy Rich. Tommy Rich laying out that leather on the back. Rich caught from behind. And the referee dropped. The referee dropped. And he's gotten those keys. He has gotten the keys and is freeing the Nightmare. Well, from there, things moved on, and they did indeed. Finally, a challenge was made. The loser of a match is going to have to wear a chicken suit. And, well, here's the way the Nightmares look, one of them wearing a chicken suit. The Nightmares, probably the most devious tag team combination I've ever seen in action, were not to be outdone by the Riches, no question about that. They seized upon an opportunity when they literally tarred and feathered Johnny Crash Rich. Let's go back in time to that ill-fated moment. Wait a minute. Johnny Rich, over to one side as the Nightmares hit the ring. Double suit play by the Nightmares. Rich in trouble. Now they're catching Johnny Rich outside the ring. Now what are they doing? They've got Johnny Rich outside the ring and in trouble. Meanwhile, Parkin, what are they doing? Oh, no. No, they're literally tar and feathering Johnny Rich outside the ring. Johnny Rich, unaware of what's happening. Johnny Rich being doused with feathers by the Nightmares. And there's Tommy Rich outside the ring. But the Nightmares, well, in addition to everything else, the final insult was heaped upon Johnny and Tommy Rich when the Nightmares came forth with a bird poster, if you will, saying that this is exactly what the Riches were, chickens, if you will. And here's what happened when they displayed that poster.
He's got feathers from head to toe.
Well, I hope you two are...
That's great, baby. What? I think it's great, Gordon. And you know what? Everybody knows that in 1985, Tommy Rich had those big life-size posters he was trying to sell. Is that right? Yep. Well, we have come up with a poster for 1986. It's going to be the poster child, and we would like for the director to show that on the film right now. Show a picture of that poster, put it right on TV. We want everybody to see it. Up there, look. The Birmingham bird, Johnny Rich with the feathers all over. Look at that poster. Look at that poster. I think that's great. Oh, it's hilarious. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's great. Hey.
Wait a minute.
Funny, huh?
Now, wait a minute. Now, Johnny some just desserts right now. Last Christmas, at the Boutwell Auditorium in Birmingham, Alabama, the showdown finally came. Hair versus hair. And as you can see right here, it was one of the Nightmares who lost that match and subsequently lost his hair. However, the Nightmares are not people to give up easily. They have issued a challenge that the Riches have gladly accepted, and another hair versus hair match is going to come up. This means either Tommy Rich or Johnny Crash Rich will end up from this match bald, or the second Nightmare is going to end up bald. As you can see here, the one Nightmare suffering the ultimate disgrace, having his hair removed after losing to the Riches. Well, it's a long way from being over yet, and I can assure you of this. Johnny and Tommy Rich are bound and determined they're going to get the second Nightmare and his hair. The second Nightmare and the one bald Nightmare are guaranteeing everyone that they're going to strip the hair from one of the Riches. It all remains to be seen. NWA Wrestling returns to Columbus, Mississippi, Tuesday, January 28th. Gadsden, Alabama, Wednesday, January 29th. And Monday night in Birmingham at Boutwell Auditorium. Match time is 8 p.m. A January spectacular in a hair versus hair match. Johnny and Tommy Rich against the Nightmares. A Southeastern title. Norvell Austin defends the title against Boomer H. Lynch. And for the first time ever, man versus woman, Lady Maxine, all 64 inches of her, against the exotic Adrian Street. In a winner's choice tag team, the Bullet and Brad Armstrong against Robert Fuller and Mr. Olympia. The World Junior Heavyweight Championship, Tim Horner against Denny Brown, plus two other great matches Monday night. Hey, some great nights of wrestling upcoming. First of all, Columbus, Mississippi next Tuesday night. Gadsden, Alabama next Wednesday night. Tuscaloosa, Alabama on February 4th. And, of course, this coming Monday night, only a $1 increase in price when you see hair versus hair, Johnny and Tommy Rich against the Nightmares. The special event, Lady Maxine against the exotic Adrian Street. And this man who's delighted about what's happening.
That's right. I'm very delighted about what's happening because when I get through with Mr. Olympia as my partner in this match, we're going to get to choose the match that we want. We got some ideas to blow you people's minds. But the thing I was laughing about was not that. I saw that poster some time ago with Tommy Rich and that cone head of his, and I've heard the promise of the Nightmares, brother, and I know they'll get it done this time. Rich, you'll be bald as a goat. I can't wait. Can you, Olympia?
Monday night, what a night. We're going to see somebody get a haircut, and, brother, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm going to see Lady Maxine tear apart Mr. or Mrs. Adrian C., whichever you prefer. And then, Brad, you and the Bullet got a winner's choice tag with Mr. Olympia and his down-and-dirty partner, Robert Fuller. January spectacular. We're talking Monday night, haircut time, getting down time. Olympia, Leadfoot, or Robert time.
Next week begins fantastic February here on Continental Championship Wrestling. There will be a six-man elimination tag team match, plus you'll be seeing the World Junior Heavyweight Champion Denny Brown in action. All of this and much, much more beginning our fantastic February. Till then, Gordon Soley saying so long from deep in the heart of Dixie.